Oh, hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Oh, baby, my heart's on fire. Send me a kiss by wire. Oh, if you don't use me, baby, you lose me. And that'll get you down. So, baby, telephone. Tell me I'm your own. Hey, everybody. Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Peak. I'm really giving people some fodder for, after I've died or whatever, just to, sit there and have a kind of haunting experience. Just like, they're so good at singing. I don't know why. That's like one of the big thoughts that hits my brain every time I make one of these is like, man, this is gonna fuck with people after I've died. I don't even know why that's such a big thought for me, because I don't plan to die anytime soon. You know? I'm aware of the possibility. It could strike at any time, but you know. I'm trying my best to keep it out of the cards, but some part of my brain, while I'm doing these streams, is always, man, this is gonna fuck with people so much after I die. Bleh. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Peak. I am gonna go ahead and boot up the game in the background. And grab my meds and a lost and found energy because that's what I have my meds with. Did I just accidentally open Adobe Audition? Oh god damn it, I did. Oh no. Oh, my computer is making so much noise. God damn it, Adobe. Okay. I have grabbed a lost and found energy drink, the Glacier Burst flavor. And I've also got my meds and my vitamins. I'm gonna start with the vitamins today because I'm a rebel. No, I'm not. My brain is screaming at me actually. I'm gonna crack the energy drink and start with the normal meds. I have adapted much more gracefully to my sleep meds as of last night, by the way. Doing pretty good on that. I've never hurt my finger opening a can, but it always feels like it takes more effort than it should. Anyway, I'm gonna take my meds. If you guys have meds to take, I advise you do so. And now I can eat the fucking vitamins. Love my brain so much. Motherfucker sits there like that's the wrong order. Alrighty. You know, I'm sitting here and vibing out. I'm having a good time. Having a good time. Shooting star, mega I don't actually know what song that is. Oh. Guys, I have been super overwhelmed recently. It's just a whole... Ugh, you know? We've passed through, like, the registration period for the spring semester in most cases. So I'm now looking into summer and fall semester things for all of these various overseas colleges. And I can barely make it a couple minutes before my brain gives up because it's like, nope, too much. This is all very consequential or whatever. I refuse to process. Which, predictably, sucks. Really not enjoying my brain having a little bit of panic every time I open a website. A webbed site. It's a whole thing. I'm doing my best in the face of it. But it's so overwhelming. I have a lot of trouble asking for help. It's one of those, like, I don't know, kind of got ingrained a little too early on, that the expectation is that I solve my own problems. And that has made me, at least in large part, incapable of solving my own problems. Because my brain's like, if you ask for help, you've already failed. So I'll just sit here and need help desperately, but not ask. It's one of those things. Bright side, that's apparently standard trauma stuff. So... Ugh. Kinda wish I could have, like, retroactively had a better start. I don't know what that would look like, but... you know. It's not like I'm gonna let it stop me. I want to keep telling my stories. Oh, sadly, the Fate campaign yesterday, I'm sure some of y'all noticed, did not go through. One of the players overslept dramatically. So we ended up postponing for next week, which is fair, but also sucks. I'm gonna have to think about Pathfinder even harder now. Otherwise, I'm gonna start getting my TTRPG withdrawals. My improv withdrawals. Again, we'll see how it all goes. Perfect world. I finish writing the entirety of Dungeoneers of Kroya today and get it published tomorrow, and it becomes a world-renowned hit, like next week. That doesn't seem likely, though. I don't know why specifically, it just something in my brain says that that probably won't happen. I'm gonna try for it, but okay. Would be decent enough. I wanted to get rid of the energy drink. What? How'd you get over here? Hey, Digi. How's it going? I am just out here. I am thinking about tabletop role-playing games. And also being very tired. It's kind of my normal at this point, but... I say kind of. I don't think anyone has ever asked me how I'm doing. I don't think I've ever replied with anything that does not include tired in some descriptor. So... I don't know. Anyway. God damn it. Okay. Thank you, Digi. I am out here doing my best. Blech. It's just a bunch of stuff I need to do. And I'm not doing great at making progress on those things, sadly. We'll see how it goes, but my brain is trying to, like, hold all of them at one time. Because I'm trying to avoid, you know, making commitments that I don't follow through on. So I'm doing my best to, like, hold as many of the things I have said I will do in my head. And, like, drop things when they aren't going to be realistic. You know? Except trying to hold that many things in my head at once, is making it harder to do any of them. Which is, at the very least, ironic. Yeah. You get it, Digi. Yeah, I have all of the immigration and college stuff I've been worrying about. I have a lot of cleaning to do. I'm running 2 different tabletop role-playing game campaigns. I am writing down information for a 3rd, which has not started, but it's also not a campaign, it's a setting, which means it is the basis for all the other stuff I want to do in the setting. It's more complicated to write. And I'm still trying to get work done on Hours to Midnight, that game that I want to make. And I know there's more. Oh, work stuff. I need to get a manual sorted for the volunteers, so they know how to do basic maintenance on the equipment. That is the goal is I would like to have a manual that gives you enough information that you can figure out the basics of when something goes wrong. But I'm also trying to make it fairly comprehensible. That is a problem. I was working on this fucking wiring flowchart the other day. That was too much. I haven't touched the project since. It's like, this documentation needs to get out, but oh my god. Yeah, I was really hoping this would be a more climbable wall. Oh god, and that's not even to mention the fact that I want to, learn, I think it was C++ or C#, whichever one you use for Unity. One of the two. I know they're not interchangeable, but the names are too similar. Because I have not touched that video series you sent me, Digi. So sorry. I say so sorry, the only person that's really impacting is me, but still. I'll need to find like a fucking boot camp or something. Unity uses C#. Okay. Thank you, Digi. Yeah, too many things being held in my brain at the same time. And, like, equal weight is being placed on all of them. So, you know. I'm sure some of those things are objectively more important. I am sure that, like, usually people are able to subjectively prioritize some things over others. I have ADHD. That makes it real hard for me to tell which of the things are more important. It's, the fucking dopamine reward system and executive dysfunction. One of the notable things that people with ADHD will do, and one notable thing that I do, is, basically, with a total lack of the reward chemical dopamine in your brain, you don't get anything for finishing a task. I don't mean like you don't get like a cookie. You don't get a cookie, but no one gets a cookie. Your brain, the neurotypical brain, will output a little bit of dopamine as like a reward chemical to be like, hey, you did the task, good job. ADHD brains just don't do that. Like, the condition is a severe deficit in dopamine in the brain. And dopamine is the thing that your brain gives you when you finish something, to say, hey, good job. It is the thing that lets you do boring tasks, basically. Because your brain will be like, hey, I know this sucks, but you're doing good work, buddy. And an ADHD brain, chemically incapable of doing that. Which means that you hit the problem of, like, how do you motivate yourself to do anything? I'm asking. Yeah. One of those problems where it is like the mental illness is breaking things down a lot. Yeah. You really gotta break shit down though. It's not a thing I've been good at, historically. It's that the delay between start task and receive reward is shorter. True, and you have to... Self-inflict is the wrong phrasing. Yeah, you have to give yourself, small rewards. It's a whole thing. You gotta, like, kindergarten or sticker chart your way through life. Ugh. You know, total lack of the reward chemical dopamine. And what Digi has said is useful. I'm not particularly good at it yet. I'll get there. But that is useful advice. One of the notable things I want to talk about is how much this accentuates overwhelm and anxiety. Because when your brain is entirely lacking in the reward chemical, and you have to figure out how you are supposed to do a thing, especially without advice like what we're seeing in the chat right now, your brain's response is some level of, okay, well, we're, you know, being expected to do a thing, we can't do a thing, this is distressing, so this must be a threat, right? We're having a severe anxiety reaction because we can't do the thing, which must mean that we're under threat. Or at the very least, that's what my brain did. And the, like, thing that my brain figured out to motivate me to do tasks is flood with adrenaline and make my anxiety worse. Which means that my entire, like, the thing that I have learned to do instead of, like, do tasks and receive reward is, make myself more and more anxious about a thing until eventually I cross the fight or flight threshold and panic so hard I have to do it. And that means that the task crosses over from unrewarding to active threat. And that's a thing that a lot of ADHD people end up doing. Because, you know, that shit doesn't get diagnosed right away. And that puts you in the troublesome position of not only having some level of, like, fight or flight in your day-to-day life, but also of having to unlearn that later on and, like, replace it with a more healthy system. If you don't necessarily have, like, great support structures or anything, that gets even more challenging. So yeah. That's why I'm tired all the time. And... yes, yep. Yeah. Sometimes the fight or flight method doesn't work, but you still have lost all of the energy required with your brain trying to put itself in fight or flight. This also means that your brain will conflate having to do task with like putting yourself in danger. And your brain, the dopamine reward system doesn't work, but the like anxiety does. And notably, your brain has safeguards to keep you from doing things that it considers like harming yourself. You know? It's actually pretty good at stopping you from doing that. So yeah. Unless you either are really good at unlearning things or take great pains to never learn that structure in the first place, it's going to be present in some sense, and it is going to make doing anything feel crippling. Because it is. It's a mental illness, it's a disability, it's going to disable you. And I seemingly have some other situation going on in addition to that, because even as I've like talked to other people in ADHD communities and such, I seem to have a much lower like overall energy level, if that makes sense. So I don't even have as much of the like abstract currency to spend on this stuff as most other people do, which sucks. Because not only does my brain react to doing anything that is even slightly boring, like I'm trying to put my whole hand on the burner of an oven. Oh, that's what got me. I thought that was a boom puff. Yeah, I more than likely am burnt out. I don't know how to stop that, is the thing. And, like, I would love to give myself rest. I have accidentally given myself a gap year wherein I have done very little other than playing video games. And my mental health has gotten a little better. You know, I've had a lot of rest time. But I can't keep doing this forever. I don't want to. I would like to achieve all those big goals that I have. Because, hey, writing, like, a full setting guide for Dungeoneers of Troya? That sounds amazing. Running a, like, live-streamed tabletop game? I'm already kind of doing it, but like one that I have like started up myself and I'm doing all of the fun presentation stuff for, that would be amazing. Yeah. Half of the situation is living in the house that I am currently in, which makes it problematic to do that. I won't get too into that aspect, but like, you know. Part of it is pressures from the people around me. And the occasional flashbacks I get. Fun fact. Because my therapist informed me that flashbacks are not always like lying on the couch having vivid memories. it can be a like purely emotional experience, and it's just as crippling. Yeah. Yeah. It's something. It's all a difficult situation. I would like to have the, like, I think it was Dragon Ball Z time dilation chamber or whatever, where I can just go into an alternate universe for 80 years and come back out and it's been like 5 minutes. Yeah. That's half the reason why I am looking into international colleges, actually. Just like as a fun fact, one of the big reasons I am trying to look at international colleges is because my country would like to kill me, and the house that I am in is even as people improve, like the physical location is messing with me. Orange is speed, not red. Red is immunity right now. Like, yeah, on the list of things to do, trying to figure out how to attend college overseas, very stressful. This is essentially the same conversation I have been having with my therapist over and over for the last a while. Where it's like, okay, we've got to go through and tackle a lot of smaller stuff. Because there is very little that can be done right now about the larger stuff. And gods, I wish that wasn't the case, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my best with it. It's just been a bit of a challenge. I have been trying to do a lot more like positive self-talk and such. If you guys will notice, in addition to like the occasional self-deprecating joke, which I try to avoid now, mostly because they tend to make people uncomfortable. But alongside that, I will do a lot of incredibly unhumble bragging about my abilities to do the things that I am proud that I can do. I know, right? That's a wild... I am very proud of my ability to run tabletop games and tell stories. So I do my best to brag about my creative prowess whenever I can. Because that does genuinely help a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed with all of the talking about tabletop games that I've done recently, but I'm really into tabletop games and proud of my ability to run tabletop games. must sound like a broken record. I am not going to stop. Because I am indeed a wonderful storyteller. It's like one of the big things that my brain I have latched onto as like a core part of my identity. I'm sure there's more that is equally essential to my being, but I don't see it. If, you know, I'm sure there is more there, but I don't know what it is. The thing that I know makes my brain happy and that I can do really well is telling stories. It's one of my greatest skills. And I will keep talking up my ability to do that until the end of the world. Because, and I cannot stress this enough, it's not even just talking up. I am legitimately very good at this. I can see it, or rather hear it in the voices of my players, as I, like, you know, as I go through and tell new stories and shit. It's amazing. I can evoke very genuine emotions in people. I'm really proud of my ability to do that. Because it is like one of the coolest things that you can do as a human, you know? Alright, I have no idea what the third biome is today. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't like check or anything, and I don't remember what it was yesterday. I think it was Mesa yesterday? Okay, Alpine today. Good. Good. I'm actually... Scorchberry. Anything else I feel like dropping? I've only got 2 meters of anti-rope. I can get rid of that. Okay. Now, let's see if I can... Nope! Okay, my hope was to hurl myself forward quite a bit. That didn't pan out. Grappling towards the ground helps quite a bit. I just did some free running shit. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I get it, Digi. That sucks. I have done that same shit before. It's a whole thing. I'm just not taking cold right here. Is it because I'm in a shadow? Because I'm in the shadow of that tree? That's fucking hilarious. Okay. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna say I'm overwhelmed a bunch. That's because that's true. So sorry if it becomes a recurring theme, but I need to complain somewhere. I just hit my mic. I'm so sorry. I scratched my head and went to grab my mouse again, and I fully just punched it. I apologize for punching your ears, chat. Man, the fairy lantern can outwarm a blizzard. Did y'all see the rate there? I was like basically at equilibrium. I think I went down while the blizzard was happening. Normal lantern can't do that. Whee. I do think my plan today, because I have a Pathfinder 2e game, and I don't think that will get to... Like, I don't think anything unpredictable is going to happen there. People are pretty reliable about showing up to that one. So I don't think it will be postponed last minute, thankfully. But that is at like 9. So I think in the meantime, I am mostly going to play like RimWorld, that Liminal Industries mod pack I found a while ago. Still amazing, by the way. And try to do some more writing for Dungeoneers of Kroya. The last one is the hardest on the list. To be clear. Yeah, I'm doing my best not to put too much pressure to do stuff on myself, for this, like, week or so, because I've been so overwhelmed recently that my brain just will not let me do things. It's like, okay, if I am going to be so focused on, like, doing tasks that I can't do tasks, I am going to need to take a break from doing tasks. Which, you know, healthy response, I think. So yeah, I'm trying my best to keep it to just the creative work that I, like, love doing, as opposed to any of the other stuff that just kind of threatens to give me a heart condition. I love short-range teleportation in this game. Y'all fucking saw that. I teleported up to that baton. Yeah, I also have been doing a decent amount of progress on Dungeoneers of Kroya, in the sense that I haven't deleted any of it in a while. I know, right? Yeah, I'm working on... I've got some information down for archetypes, and I have general information on how to make dungeons. So I need to make an example dungeon that's going to have basically as much of the, like, you know, fun quirks of the rules and such available as possible. So you can conceivably run into any of the editions. Oh, and it also needs to work in both play modes, because there's two. Notably, there is the pre- and post-guild eras, quote-unquote. Oh, that's not good. And pre versus post guild eras just means that one of them has like an extra system on top for basically just like having extra shops and quests and stuff. Post guild, pre guild is technically the hardcore version. If you want to think about it like that, it is technically the higher difficulty. But post guild also has like debt mechanics that I can see not being particularly fun. So I want to have rule sets for both of those because, you know, I don't want anyone to feel emphatically left out by the way I've designed my rules. Because the thing I'm putting focus on is the dungeon exploration system, and not necessarily the, like, supplemental stuff to that. So, you know. Good idea to put a focus on that bit. Okay, I think I can climb up this tree and onto that ledge. We'll see. Nope. Alright, good to know. Oh, I'm also, I gotta work on the Tourist's Guide to Kroya, too. Because Dungeoneers of Kroya has a built-in setting, parentheses, Kroya. Which is, like, recommended, but not required, much like most tabletop role-playing games have that. I am just building a fairly extensive dungeon exploration mode into an existing game. Yeah, I've hit the point where I just need to find a different route, because I'm not making it where I was trying to go. That's just not happening. Ow. Oh, hey, just what I need. I so nearly forgot about the gnatberry. It seems like it doesn't apply its effect when you are unconscious, but usually when it's on the ground and you're near it, it'll increase your sleepy. Or maybe not. Okay. I was so worried for a second there, but I guess that doesn't do the thing I thought it did. Thank God. Hi, Jake. How's it going? Yeah, very thankful that the gnatberry didn't kill me. I didn't get assassinated by a second gnatberry after eating a first gnatberry. Wait. Ah. Shoot. Heat pack. That's pretty nice. Hey, good to hear. I could swear I was talking about something just a minute ago, and I got so distracted. I don't even remember by what. That's another fucking gnatberry. That's a third one. Where do they come from? Oh shit. Can't believe how delayed live streams are. Yeah. And I haven't, like... It's one of those, like, I haven't built in any extra delay, but I haven't, like, made any attempt to stop it. It's one of those things. A little bit of delay means the video quality is better. Latency. Farthest I've made it in peak. Just to give you some context. Yeah, the daily peak is where I attempt to blind run the most recent peak at Ascent 7. Me just making it to a peak is not impressive. God damn it. Right? Thank you. There was two? Okay. Well, I can't see anything anymore. I'm just gonna assume that I'm blind forever, actually. Right? I don't even know what those are called. Snow globes, I guess? Looks like a snow globe. A little bit. Oh, thank God. Furthest you've made it is Alpine/Mesa. That's what trips up a lot of people. If it helps, I think the third biome is the hardest. And after you pass through the third biome, the caldera and kiln, the last two, are actually easier. So all you gotta do is make it through once. And after that, you've done the hardest bit. Caldera and Kiln have some odd gameplay mechanics, but that's a different thing. Okay, I'm back here, and I very explicitly was like, oh, I need to take another route, because there's no way I have enough stamina for this bit. Where is another route I can take? Here? Agree about the third biome being the hardest? Hell yeah. I think the Mesa is the easier of the two. That's just me. I really like how it's designed and laid out. Plus, the weather patterns in the Mesa are easier to avoid. Because it's just, you know, stand in the sun, take heat. In the Alpine, you can be affected by a blizzard without being in its direct, like, line of sight or whatever. Okay, probably a silly use of a cure-all, but I would like to have all of the stamina I am able. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Alpine's manageable. That's fair. It's definitely up to personal opinion. It's which one that you prefer. Because the terrain generation is also different between the two. Oh, that's not even the wildest save I've ever done. I have done Pandora's Box saves and Book of Shadows, Book of Bones saves. The Cure-All, Pandora's Box, and the Book of Bones are all in a category that I like to call one-ups. Because you are able to consume them in the amount of time it takes between you hitting the ground and actually falling unconscious. I avoid using the Book of Bones, because, I don't know if you noticed, but I like to fall. And I'm pretty good at avoiding most, environmental damage types. But yeah, you just have to have it in your hotbar and have exactly enough reflexes to hit the button and hold your left mouse button. If you don't have it in your hotbar, you really can't use it as a one-up, because taking it out of your backpack usually takes too much time. And I will say, that berry, technically a one-up. You will still go unconscious with a nat berry, but that's to be expected. Okay. I don't have the stamina right now, but I do have 2 nat berries on my person. So... the nat berry is very useful, because it doesn't just make you sleepy. The thing it does is replace all of the, like, status effects that you have with the sleepy one. So it will make you briefly go unconscious, sure. But it replaces all of the hunger that you had, all of your health damage, all of that. And then you just have to wait for the sleepy to go away. Which is a little annoying, but it's a lot better than dying. I'm gonna move this other nat berry into my hotbar so I can use it as a 1-up. And now I have the stamina to make it into this nook. God damn. Right? It's one of those things, I initially thought it was useless as well, because, you know, all it did was put you to sleep. But no, it replaces all of your existing status effects with sleep. So you take a, like, recovering nap, basically. Quick power nap, and all of your health is restored. You know, it's a oft misunderstood item. Right? It is so cool. I like it. I'm into it. That's the fog. I can see it. It's just out there, taunting me. Can I stand on here? Somehow, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. I have never liked how the rain works. I feel like the rain needs a rework. God damn it. Yep. And if you don't have extra stamina, you can still lunge even at, like, 1 stamina, basically. And it has the full effect of a lunge. You see, in most cases, that nat berry would have been a perfect 1-up. But I fell into the fog, because it took me too long to progress. And that means that as the sleep effect was going away, the cold effect started stacking. And the cold effect was stacking at about the speed the sleep effect is going away. So, no saving myself there. Alright, well, I would like to thank everyone who turned up for today's Daily Peak. Maybe another time, Jake. I appreciate everyone who turned up for today's Daily Peak. I appreciate your viewership. And I will see all of you guys next time. Bye.